All right, ladies. So we're recording. This is super, super exciting. I know before you popped on, Joy, I just asked, how does it feel to be a two-star diamond? So I'm going to ask you, how does it feel?
Oh gosh. I talked to you earlier today and it feels great to finally be an official two-star diamond because I was technically two-star, but they were all on one leg. So it wasn't really officially two-star. So anyway, I will be much more relaxed, I think, once December is over because I've got 2 more in qualifications. So
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's exciting. I know you ladies were super excited about two-star diamond. And I think the biggest thing at this point is it is a big monumental success within your business. Okay. This is where you broke away from the pack. So first and foremost, I want to tell you how proud I am of you guys, because honestly, you are working with there's so many diamond coaches, and for Joe, to be able to work single-handedly with you, it's very minimal because there is so many. And so now I'm actually your corporate mentor. So I work with the 2 to 5 star diamonds, and I work with coaches just like you that are out in the trenches, that have big goals, that are striving for elite, and just kind of are seeing the bigger vision within their business. The amazing thing about 2-star diamond is this is where you have tasted success. So I promise you, you won't stop. And even if you feel like it, you still won't, okay? Because you have felt success. So I want you guys just to know that it is a huge accomplishment. I don't ever want you to give up on yourself, because I promise you, this business is incredible. You have first single-handedly seen it, right? And now, as soon as you start helping more people, you'll be able to realize, wow, your success is unlimited with this, which is amazing. Okay, so let's just kind of get into it. Like I said, we're with the 2 to 5 star diamonds in the West. So it's everything west of Texas. It's 14 states. It's a lot. Okay, so it is a lot. But we love our West region. It is absolutely amazing. Our sales office, I don't know if you guys know this, but we're actually in Provo, Utah. Most people think that we're in Santa Monica. We are not. We are a sub-office in Provo, Utah. The only reason for it is they recruited Jeff Hill, and Jeff would not move to Santa Monica, so we're in Provo. And so, which is amazing because I'm a Utah girl. I was born and raised here, so I love being here. And there's about 20 of us on the sales team that actually are in this office here. So that's super, super cool. Let me just see if there's anything else that I want to say. The amazing thing is what it really comes down to is this where you get more additional support. Of course, I hope that you guys have an amazing upline. And if you do, awesome. And if you don't, that's okay. That's where I come in and I can help you. So with that being said, let's just kind of go around if you don't mind. And I just want to hear, first of all, where are you at? What state are you located in? How long you have been a coach, and kind of your end of year and first of next year goal, if that's okay. So let's start up with my top left. So that is Angel. Did I say it right?
Yeah,
yes. Okay. Perfect. If you don't mind starting, and then we'll just go down to Amy and then end with Joy.
Okay, so I am in Colorado. I started coaching in April of last year, so about a year and a half, a little more than a year and a half. Tell me again, what did you want me to say? This goal or end of next year?
Yes, since there's actually so few of us, tell me real quick, what made you become a coach? Let's ask that.
Okay, so truthfully, I had crazy success with Insanity like 9 months before. Loved it, loved Shakeology, told my coach no to coaching for 9 months, and then finally did a glance into coaching solely because I was curious how she was making money. Like, I was like, there's no way I'm signing up as a coach. I'm just curious. And after a week of like really thinking about it and learning about it, I just knew that I had to. Like, I felt like I had an obligation to share this with people. So that was it. I just jumped in with both feet, and I knew I didn't want to just be a discount, even though that was a big drive, I guess, for me, is because I wanted those products again at discount. But my main goal really at the very beginning was just to hit Success Club every month to get my Shakeology covered. And like, that's all I wanted to do. So being 2-star, like, I never even kind of really thought that would happen, but that's my jumping into coaching story, I guess.
I love it. So what are you striving for towards the end of the year? 2016. Or 2015. Okay. Sorry, wrong year. 2015.
Okay, so this year, I won't lie, you guys. I'm just trying to keep my head above water right now. I think I just hit Success Club this morning. I'm at like 6, and I've got 3 or 4 conversations going really well with people who want to jump in. So my goal is always 10. And I really do just kind of take it month to month. I've got a couple of brand new coaches who seem like they really want to do this. So I'm just really trying to be there to support them and help them and get them, into getting friends to join our January 4th group. And some of them have already done that. So that's good. And other than that, I don't know.
Not to put you on the spot or anything. Well, you think about your 2016 goals, and all I can say is go for it. Make sure you have a goal up until summit, and then of course, what's your end of year goal? So you can
So I guess I do have that. I will say I would love to be 5-star by summit. And truthfully, I don't have a ton right now who are close, like at all. I have one who is a good emerald and really, really, really wants it, but he isn't really getting as close as I know he wants to. So I know I need to help him more, but definitely 5-star by summit. And I would love to go elite next year, which I know is going to take a lot of recruiting and helping new coaches to his success club. So that's my 2016 focus.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you. Mm-hmm. What about you, Amy? Where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I have been a coach since August of 2014. And I started out coaching after I actually had been following Stephanie Davies for a while, and I randomly bought PIO from her without even talking to her, messaging her, or anything. So she always kind of jokes about that, how I just randomly bought PIO for her, and she put me in this challenge group, and I'm like, what is this? And I kind of just watched from the sidelines for the first couple weeks. And then by 2 weeks in, I had bought a bag of Shakeology, and I was participating because the accountability was so huge for me. I felt guilty. So I was this is positive peer pressure, but I did a month of PIO and was feeling so much better. And, she kind of brought up the coaching thing, mainly for getting my Shakeology, at a discount. And it was one of those things where I just couldn't stop thinking about coaching. I wasn't really sure why I wanted to do it, but I thought about it every day. And finally I was just what the heck, I'm going to just do this. And so I totally went into it with no expectations really. And now it's turned into about 15 months later where I'm a night shift labor and delivery nurse, but just last month I was able to decrease my hours significantly because I'm about to have my third baby, and I've been doing night shifts for 9 years. And so it kind of was one of those blessings in disguise where I was oh my gosh, this is actually a way for me to stay home now, but I still can work a couple nights. Right now I'm working 2 to 4 nights a month, which is total princess shift. I almost feel bad even going in because I'm I'm here for one night, but it's I can keep my, foot in the door there, which I studied and worked my butt off for that. And, but I'm able to be home with my 2 girls more now. And then I have this baby coming due March 2nd, which I don't know what it is yet, but so it kind of it's turned into this huge blessing for me, about 15 months in. And I really feel I'm kind of how did I even get here? Because I don't feel I'm a super organized person. And I'm the type of person that's always okay, I need to have a better system and I need to track things better. And somehow we ended up here, and I found some really great people for my team. And I always tell people I kind of flew by the seat of my pants. I'm just not that really structured person, but somehow it's gotten me here. But I kind of also realized that, going forward, I'm going to have to be a little bit more strategic and just organized about it, especially having a new baby come. So obviously I'm a little bit nervous about that, but my end of the year goal is to get to 2-star, and we hit that, and that's been super exciting. And as far as 2016 goals, I'm starting to have that anxiety of how am I going to do this when I first have the baby and hit Success Club during that month and all those sorts of things. And I really like following Megan Ewaldson, and I saw her do that last year, so I'm kind of trying to see, okay, people, they're able to push through, through these big life changes. But I would like to be 5-star by summit. I don't really have an end of 2016 goal yet. I don't think that far ahead usually, but I have thought in my mind 5-star by summit. And I just really have been trying my best. Even now, like, life is crazy for everybody, but I'm just trying to set myself up for a successful like January and February, so that when I do have a baby in March, that like things are just already like laid out as much as they can be. But yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much. Joy, Iggy, it is your turn, girlfriend.
All right. Gosh, I wish I would have made this decision when I was like having babies, because I'm older. So Amy, I'm listening to your story. I'm like, wow, what a awesome, opportunity you have at such a young age. So anyway, so I live in Texas, just outside of Dallas area, in a little, well, it's not so little anymore, it's growing, town called Flower Mound. I have been a coach for about 17, 18 months. I think I signed up in July of last year. My why, well, I feel like I was one of the biggest skeptics of the world. I thought this was all a big scam. Stephanie had me on her dream team list. Stephanie Richardson, from like when she first signed up, when it was $1 Million Body, like years and years and years ago. What is that, 8 years ago or something like that? Anyway, my husband and I were part of another network marketing company in our early 20s, and that didn't go so well. And so we were like an emphatic no, like that's so not for us. But anyway, a couple years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. They caught it super early, and we were very aggressive. I had a bilateral mastectomy and reconstruction surgery. And on the heels of that, I just felt like an alien in my body. I put on some weight in the recovery process. And Stephanie was one of the coaches that was in the test group for PIO. And she was posting all this stuff, and it just looked like something I could achieve, because like my kickboxing and high impact exercises felt really horrible. So re-entry was hard for me. So I reached out to her and said, okay, I think I want to do this PIO with her. So I didn't even know challenge groups existed, but it was like ministry to me. That's my day job. I work for a parachurch organization. And so to see women empowered just struck me to my core. And so she kind of tricked me. I had a few friends who were like, oh, we'll do PIO with you. And she was like, well, you could get the commission or I could take the commission. Which would you prefer? And I was like, oh my gosh, she got me, like 8 years and she got me. So I said yes to being a discount coach. But then I think it was like a weekend where I, just kind of dreamed about, I work for a nonprofit. I've gotten like an $8 pay raise in 8 years, y'all. My husband works so much, and he travels about 80% of his work week. He's out of the house flying across the country. And so, I thought, well, I'm just going to give it my all and go for it. And that's what I did. And it's been wonderful.
Good for you. What are you striving for towards the end of the year?
2015, I would love to finish off 4-star qualification. We got 2 weeks to go.
Thank you.
I am also, for 2015, I just sent off some goal setting stuff to my team. So I'm hoping to get some feedback from them before the end of the year, so I can make my goals a little bit more concrete.
Okay.
I'd love to shore up 5-star by Summit. I think I can do that without too much of a problem, as long as I have the people who are willing to work. And then a push goal for Summit is going to be 7-star, and I want to get my second CBC to Diamond. And then the goal at the end of the year would definitely be Elite. I was so bummed to have missed it this year, because 1 diamond. I had the points. And I want to quit my day job.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing your story, and you're gorgeous, first of all.
Well,
and the fact that you have gone through, breast cancer and everything like that, that is a huge story. So I'm very proud of you for enduring and focusing on you and going after it. That's awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Yeah.
You know what's super cool, ladies? You all obviously are all in different states, but you all started about the same time. Normally it doesn't happen that way. It's super, super cool. You're all kind of all in the same journey at the same time. So love that. I'm going to jump right into kind of my overall topic, if you don't mind. At any point, if you have a question, please stop me or message it, whatever you need to do, because we have about 20 minutes so we can kind of dig deep into this. Okay. And I'm just going to teach you what I teach my new 2-star diamonds. Because now I'm sure you hit 2-star diamond and you're like, yes, I made it. But you might be celebrating and you might be like, okay, now what? Right? It's like, whoa, we hit that benchmark. And now what do I do? So I want to kind of ease that entire thing for you, okay? First and foremost, and I always have notes because if not, I can hang out with you ladies all day long. I could talk to you all day long, and you can talk to me the whole day. So, so I have notes here. But just to let you guys know, first and foremost, I added each of you to the West Region page. I'm sure you guys saw that. That is a forum for 2-star diamond and above, where you can share best practices, where we have best of the West calls, and that's one thing I would highly suggest is going into the files section. And best of the West, we have the most top 20 coaches. And so we had each of them jump on, like Anita Myron when she was in our region, Megan Wilson, Amy Silverman, Melissa McAllister. I have a girlfriend named Megan, so I always get it. Anyways, Melissa McAllister. And pretty much every top coach, is within there. And they shared, my internet connection is a little unstable. Okay, I think we're okay. Anyways, they shared their best practices and what's working for them. So if you ever need a little more motivation or enlightenment, whatever it is, go to that file section. And Doug, my boss, who works with the 6 to 15 stars, he posted all of those in there. So that's a great source. But this is a place where for you to share your best practices. If you have questions, first and foremost, if you have a question, just message me. Super, super simple. And then also it's where we post updates about Elite or really anything to keep you guys in the loop. So make sure you guys are checking in there. But a great forum. I also added each of you to my 2-star diamond mastermind group. That is another group, not to add you to another group. So literally, right? You guys are part of enough groups. But this 2-star diamond group is amazing. And I say that because we have calls weekly. So they're on Tuesdays. At the end of the year, I always do just a mastermind sesh where I don't record it because I want it to be very raw. What is working? What are best practices that are great? How are you feeling? And sometimes it can get a little emotional or, this time of year, emotions are high. So I totally get it. And I just want you guys just to speak freely. But more importantly, I don't want to ask any of you to share a topic like a best practice, because right now what you should be focusing on is your business and how to really end the year strong. So tomorrow we'll have that 2-star diamond mastermind group. It's only about 30 minutes, but next year, basically I ask K coaches who wants to start speaking. And I know at first you're like, I don't want to do that. But I promise you, if you're advancing in rank, eventually you're going to have to do it. So do it now so you feel comfortable and confident. And it's just a best practice. It doesn't matter if somebody shared the same topic the week before. You're going to do it differently. And so typically that call is about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes that you speak. We have a Q&A. And then we just kind of mastermind after that. So it's no stress, no pressure. If you're absolutely terrified, you don't have to do it. But I would definitely say it's one area that you have to get good at, because while you're advancing in this business, other coaches are going to ask you to be part of their groups and their team calls and everything like that. So that's kind of how that works. But the great thing is it sounds like you all have a great upline. But this allows you to be with other 2-star diamonds just like you that are out in the trenches. Because if you ask your top coach, hey, do you remember when you were a 2-star, what'd you do? They're probably like, that was a while ago, right? And so basically this is an opportunity where you're not comparing yourself. You're all the same, best practices, and it's just an opportunity for you to be in the trenches with people just like you. And then once you advance to 3, then you go to my 3-star diamond group, 4, 5, yada, you get it. So that's what that's all about. But most importantly, there's a couple things that I always talk about. And you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, I've heard this 8 million times. And yes, you have. The biggest thing within this business is there isn't any secret sauce, right? We all think, okay, what is the secret to this business? The most important thing that I want to keep you guys just on the loop of and really, drill into your mind and just say, you know what, now that you're a 2-star diamond, you still have to stay in phase 1. No matter what, you have to stay in phase 1. You have to constantly be doing a program. You have to be doing your personal development, and you have to be inviting. And there's a big question okay, well, now that I'm a 2-star diamond, how much inviting do I do, right? It's okay, now do I shift 50% of my time to my team, and do I invite 50%? And to be completely honest with you, that's what 15-star diamonds do. So at 2-star diamond, it's still 80%. And maybe, up to 2-star diamond, you were maybe 90 to 100%. But right now at 2-star diamond, your recruiting and your inviting should still be 80% of what you do. Let me help you keep this in mind though. When you get a brand new rock star and you're working with them in the first 90 days, that is in your 80%, okay? The other 20% is your team. Because what happens is every time that you shift your focus, so does your team. So even your Emerald coaches are going to shift their efforts towards their team if they see that that's all you do. But every time that you add a new coach to your team page, that's when you're a leader. And your coaches will follow your example. So if you're feeling, wow, my team is just not progressing, it's not growing, I would first and foremost ask you, well, what are you doing? Right? In this business, if something isn't working, ask yourself personally, what am I doing? Is it good or is it bad? And if it's bad, that's okay. You just try something else. Because I promise you within this business, what you did a year ago is going to be different next year, right? You guys already know that. You have to try and tweak and see what little pieces are going to work. So right now, I want you guys to really make a mental note, 80%. And when you're working with your Emeralds and your Diamond coaches and your 1-stars, they're still at 90 to 100. And you have to let them know that. It's all about inviting. And that's sometimes the icky part that people are like, I hate that part, right? I want to work with my team. Unfortunately, your team can get stagnant. And as soon as your team gets stagnant and you feel like you're pushing everybody uphill, you'll lose your energy. You'll lose your excitement. But this is also the point where I tell you, you have to work with the willing, okay? The ones that step up, the ones that constantly hit Success Club. If they say, I'm going to do it. And a lot of my Pearl coaches, my white personalities are like, oh, but I can't leave anybody behind. But I promise you, and I need to remind you that you're a CEO. You're looking for business partners. You're looking for leaders. And when you do that, you will set them up for success. But if you try and push them to the top, they won't be successful. You can't want this more for them than they want it for themselves, right? That I use. Amy's like, amen, sister. And I
have one coach who was my first Diamond, but she dropped her Diamond like after qualification period and everything, but she's dropped it since like June, and it's literally been sitting at one coach shy of getting it back, and it just kind of kills you, but it's like it kills me more than her, obviously, because nothing ever happens, and I just have to be like, okay, gotta let it go, because she's gotta want to do it, and her coaches have to want to do it, and you do what you can and reach into your downline and touch base with them, and then there's only so much you can do, and then you find yourself like being time sucked into this, and it's like if they're not gonna give back,
Absolutely. And that you hit a strong point. In this business, one of the best things you can do is bless and release, right? I'm sure you probably know that by now. Mm-hmm. But it all comes down to also when you get a brand new coach, you set up expectations and you let them know, hey, I'm looking for business partners and business leaders. I'm not here to manage you. If I could manage you, I could also fire you, right? We all have wanted to fire some coaches, let's be honest. But you can't. And so you just really need to set them up for success. If they say, I'm kind of just a discount coach, not a problem. You let me know when you're ready. And our discount coaches become our best coaches. The unfortunate part, it takes time, right? They have to become the best version of themselves and yada, yada, yada. And it's okay, but it does take time. So I'm going to strongly say you set your coaches up for success. You look at you set up expectations, and just remember, if you are coddling your team and your coaches, stop it. You have plenty to coddle at home, right? Sounds like your mommies, and you have plenty of life going on, and spouses, you have plenty to coddle. So be that business partner, that mentor that leads and guides other women and men to success. Okay, you'll help more, and you'll wake up with a pep in your step. You won't wake up thinking, a new month, and that hamster wheel that constantly goes. Okay, when you get a brand new coach, I want you to teach them a 2-star diamond approach. If they say they're a runner, you say, awesome. Let me tell you what it's going to happen. First and foremost, you're going to hit Emerald. That's not a problem. From there, Diamond, 30, 60 days. If they hit it in 90, you still celebrate. You celebrate no matter what, obviously. But 2-star Diamond is what you're going to be striving for. And let me tell you why. First and foremost, there's many things that happen at 2-star Diamond. This is where my coaches typically can either retire or go part-time in their current job. They obviously get quarterly bonuses. Their income increases. They get to open up their second CBC, so they basically get to brand themselves. But on top of it, this is actually where you're a leader. So each of you right now, you hitting 2-star diamond, this is where you're a leader within your business. That's the most exciting part of it, okay? All the other is great, but you're leading and guiding a team to success. And when you teach the 2-star diamond approach, you'll have less coaches stopping at diamond. Because 98% of people have to be told what to do, how to do, when to do it every second. So if you tell them diamond, and then you guys celebrate, and they're like, and you're like, okay, come on, let's go. And they're like, no, I'm good. You're like, no, you're not. You know what I mean? And then you have an $18 diamond, and they're like, yeah, that was a lot of hard work, and I'm not really making the income that I thought I would make. It's probably easier to quit. Okay? So really set them up for success and teach that approach. They're looking at you as the expert. So even if they take a little bit longer to hit 2-star, that's okay. You celebrate no matter what, but you paint that big picture so they don't stop. Now you ladies, each of you said elite. This is where the process takes in. Because once you hit 2-star diamond, you've tasted that success, and now you know what you're going for next, right? Because each of you said it. That's where the process takes over. And naturally, us coaches think, well, once they hit diamond, they'll naturally want to go towards 2-star. It doesn't, unfortunately, work that way. Because diamonds, you can literally make $18, right? So just make sure you're setting them up for success. If they say they're a runner, you give them the clear expectations, you teach them the 2-star diamond approach, and you you pour, how about that? You pour so much love and excitement and encouragement into them, just like your new baby that goes to walk. And I promise you they will always show up because everybody wants recognition. That's the number one thing that people are lacking in any type of business. Okay. Along with that, I had a good point. What was I going to say? 2-star diamond approach. Seen in phase 1. I may think of it. You never know. Okay. So let's kind of go into second CBC. Do you ladies kind of understand that?
Sort of.
Sort of, kind of. Okay. So write down FAQ 1453. Okay. The biggest thing with the second CBC, it does take 3 to 5 business days to get set up. You do have to send in a paper application. Literally, you don't have to send it in. You can take a picture and, how you do it that way. But you have to physically fill it out. And I say that because the sponsor coach is going to be you. Okay. And then placement-wise, you'll just write it up top on where you want this placement. Typically, and I would say ask your upline. Most coaches, that's the one thing that I can't really help with is placement. But most coaches, I can say, place it on their spouse's weak leg. Okay. And that's typically the best move. But ask your upline, because they know your business so well, what they would suggest. And then from there, you have to send it in. If you want hammer and chisel, I'm not sure if it's an updated one yet. You would just write hammer and chisel challenge pack or whatever it is. Okay.
You said to write the placement up at the top. Is that just anywhere? Because there's not really a space for that.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not.
Okay.
The second CBC, you have to have a separate email address. So literally you log in one, you log out another. So just create a different, a different Gmail or whatever it is, because and I don't know if they'll ever actually link, but literally to go into your second CBC, you have to log in, log out to go to your first, if that makes sense. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's just kind of the nitty gritty about second CBC. But once you start doing it, we can dig a lot deeper into that, but get it set up. It does count as a diamond towards elite. And if that's the case and you're doing so, I would never suggest this, but it's up to you. 2016, if that's when you're opening it, that would count as a diamond. Okay. You get my drift? So that would be one of your diamonds. Okay. And then once your second CBC hits 2-star, you can open a third one. Okay. And that's just kind of how it trickles from there. But second CBC can be a little iffy on what do we do? Just keep in mind everything rolls. What you do in your second CBC rolls up to your first, except for PSPV. That will always roll up to your upline. Okay. But if you sell a challenge pack, obviously the Success Club points go up to your first one. If you're going towards elite, you'll always want to work with your first and second CBC. And if you're wondering, okay, what should I do with my spouse's account? Sometimes I would say just kind of tuck that one away just for a second. Because if you're working towards elite, those are the most important. But you do what's right for your business.
Wait, can we backtrack that again? You just said a whole bunch of details and I was like, wait, what? Okay, so Success Club points, they're your Success Club points, whether they're your first business center or your second business center. That second business center qualifies as one of the diamonds that you need for elite status, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But then you were saying something about your first business center and your spouse's focus on those first. So are you saying no?
Focus on your first and your second CBC first if you're going towards elite. And then keep your spouse's account. If you're trying to build your spouse's account, you could put discount coaches under there. But I will tell you how many times I talk to coaches that say, I put somebody, just a discount coach underneath my spouse, and then they become a rock star, like an absolute rock star, which is awesome because it solidifies that, that or his account, but it won't help you necessarily. Does that make sense?
I gotcha. So you're saying get your first business center to 5-star first. And then and that probably will go beyond 5-star, but then focus on your first 2 business centers, and your spouses can be just kind of like a, in and out diamond or whatever, but don't build it to 5-star necessarily, unless it happens that way.
Yeah, and I mean, most coaches will build their spouse account, any other accounts that they house, to 2-star, so it's a solid. And that's what I was actually going to go back to. And this is the thought that I was thinking, the 2-star diamond approach. The reason why I say that is it helps you not be a Wednesday night coach, right? Mm-hmm. And it helps. So if they lose rank, you still are okay. So yeah. And we would just look at your individual business, Joy, and look at it. But I would say if you're going towards elite, your first and your second CBC are the most important that you kick off the ground running January 1st.
Okay, gotcha. Totally understand.
Yeah, good. Great question. So from there, and of course, like I said, we can jump on another call and go more into it. But the last one is elite. Elite is actually very, very simple. Okay, and let me just make sure that my internet connection is still okay. Okay, we're good. So elite is super simple. When I say it all comes down to you hitting Success Club, your coaches hitting Success Club, and signing coaches. That's really what elite is. When you start getting 5 coaches that hit Success Club every single month, that count towards elite. So next year, right, that'd be 2015, 2016 coaches. Once you start getting 5 consistently, that's when you start flirting with elite. Okay? So just keep that in mind, because I know we overcomplicate it in a lot of different ways. But Elite Goal Guide, have you ever looked at the Elite Goal Guide?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, FAQ 7626. This is an awesome source and great for your coaches too that will not get an elite report because they're not diamond rank yet. They could actually manually see where they're at. I have plenty of coaches that do this every single month so they know because if you think about it, you don't get an elite report after December until, so it would be your January elite report would come in February, the second Friday in January, or second Friday in February. Okay, so you have to wait a little bit. But Elite Goal Guide is incredible. It says all the requirements up top, like be a 5-star diamond or higher by December 31st, and it's going to stay the same. So 2016, which is awesome. Advance a minimum of 2 personally sponsored coaches to a lifetime rank of diamond or higher during 2016. And each must hold that paid rank of diamond or higher on December 30th, 2016. That date might change, but still the end of December. And then you have to earn 135 points. A SC and PSPV is what you'll start earning. Your ATV is something that will kick in later in the year. But definitely write down that FAQ because that is amazing. And we have about 4 minutes. So I just want to ask you ladies, what questions do you have? Because I know that was quick. My fault for not doing my other account. I apologize. But what questions do you ladies have? And we can always jump on another one, so that's not a problem. What questions?
If you if you're saying you put, like, most people put, like, their second CBC under their spouse's weak leg, does your spouse then, like, have to be emerald for it to really, like, I don't know, to just be able to have it?
Great question.
Yeah.
Most coaches will get their spouse to diamond and then eventually get them to 2-star diamond so they're solid. So you start earning. Does that make sense? Are you there? Okay. You froze for a second. But,
so if I was going to put it, I would also work on. Okay. So if I was going to put it there, then I would obviously, that would be another step would be like working him to diamond as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's on my strong leg, which, you know, kind of sucks, I think, because I didn't really know that when I put him there.
Yeah.
That maybe he should be on my weaker leg. But just, do you think that he still should go, or I still should put my second CBC under him, even if he's on my strong leg?
That is a great question. Have you asked your upline about this?
Well, we're supposed to talk about it like tomorrow, but
Okay. Talk to her about it, because I would absolutely say, ask all those questions, because they're going to know your business so well, and then they'll be able to help you with the placement of it. Because yes, I mean, that's typically what people do, but you see everything, and ladies, don't feel rushed. As soon as this ends, we'll end and we'll jump back on, because I want to make sure all your questions are answered. Okay. There's no rush on my end. So yeah, I would absolutely ask her and then see what she says. And then if you have questions after that, message me.
okay.
Okay.
That sounds good. And also she had told me just to sign up the second CBC with like the $40, but you think signing it up with the challenge pack, or like what are the options? I mean, I did already get hammer and chisel, but
I've always been told to make sure that you choose the challenge pack. So I guess you could just sign it up that way. But I've always been told that. So I would ask your upline on that one too, or I can send it over to the Diamond Line and see what they have to say.
because it's not like I necessarily need more Shakeology or anything,
Yeah. Or performance, or maybe you could get them for a holiday gift.
Yeah.
We have less than a
And
minute.
do you get successful?
No, you won't. You won't.
No. Okay.
No, I know. Boo.
Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking, I know. As soon as this ends, honestly, just pop right back on, okay? Does that sound good? Because it literally is going to cut off any second. But what is the next question? Do you not have any?
Good. I'm good.
Okay. Are you good too? Okay, ladies. Well, then I guess we'll just kind of sum it up. Just know that I'm here for you. Absolutely always here for you. We can schedule a one-on-one to do a Zoom, because I would like to get to personally know you a little bit more, but I'll do that in the first of the year, okay?
Thanks, Brittany.
You're welcome. Do not hesitate to reach out. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, okay?
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. Bye.
Bye.
You're so cute.